Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. The SNP has pledged to shake up care in Scotland, and we're talking here not so much on the NHS side, but on things like mental health care, home visits, that sort of thing. And they've said that they are going to go out, shake it all up, improve it, and make lives better for everyone. But this, of course, is the SNP, so we know how that's turned out. They've actually achieved nothing. It, in fact, has got worse. And on top of this, they've wasted £2.2 million on consultants. Money that could have been better spent going into care, but instead are making rich people slightly richer. What on earth is wrong with these people? It is not hard. When you have a problem, you fix it. You don't spend millions upon millions of taxpayers' money making your chums better off, simply so they can come up with the same ideas that any normal person would give you for free if you asked them on the street. Let's have a look at this article and see why the SNP is so determined to piss away every fucking penny it can. So the cost of consultants on SNP's flagship National Care Service tops £2 million. I mean, for heaven's sake, that's £2 million that could have gone into direct care that would have eased the lives of many, many people. But instead, they've just wasted it, squandered it, hard-earned money of people who are taxed so that rich people can be a little bit better off, have a slightly better lunch, have a second lobster perhaps. Scottish ministers have so far spent more than £2.2 million on consultants to help with their troubled shake-up of the country's care services. Social Care Minister Marie Todd revealed the figure in a letter to Holyrood's Finance Committee, showing £1 in 7 so far has gone to outside experts since 2021. That is a horrifying amount of money. That is £1 in every 7, 1/7 of the entire budget has gone on consultancy, not on direct care. Do you know how many people that could have helped? Do you know how many people's lives would have been massively improved, even with little things, even with just a couple of visits from a community nurse, even with 2 or 3 sessions of psychiatric help? Little things like that will have changed people's lives way, way, way for the better. And instead, they've been given away to cronies. Humza Yousaf has likened the NCS to the creation of the NHS in 1948. Well, he would say that, wouldn't he? Arguing it will harmonise standards of care Scotland-wide and improve staff terms. Again, more lies. It certainly improved the living standards of consultants, but not much has been done for the people who need the help or for those who are giving the help. However, councils fear it is a centralising power grab, while unions are worried about jobs. And of course, that's exactly what it is. You can't have all these different boards all over the place, each making their own rules up, because that means that the SNP can't control them. They don't have dominance. And the SNP is all about centralising power, having one huge edifice that they control everything and control every aspect of people's lives. That is what they want. They are no different from the Central Committee of the Soviet Union. MSPs have also said it appears a very heavy-handed way to raise the standards of adult care in the few homes not up to scratch and can provide a blank cheque on costs. MSPs had demanded a revised financial statement by the 12th of May after telling Ms Todd last month that they were becoming increasingly concerned about the final price. And if you think it's high now, just wait till the end. Millions upon billions. I reckon it's billions by the end. Ministers predicted last June that the NCS would cost between £644 million and £1.2 billion by 2026-27. But experts have warned that that fails to account for recent runaway inflation. It's going to be well over £2 billion. And where's that money coming from? It's coming from you, the taxpayer. It's coming from central funds. It's coming from money that could be spent directly elsewhere on things. This is a terrible system. You're losing local knowledge because you're centralising everything. How does some guy sitting in an office in Edinburgh relate to the various care facilities in Inverness or in Stornoway. He's so remote and so removed. He never gets out of his office and sees these things. And of course, it is, as I say, it's that centralising thing. They want complete and utter total care. They don't want anyone to have any control of anything other than the SNP. And it is, it's worrying. This is a the SNP is turning Scotland into a totalitarian state, and it's paying taxpayers' money, millions of pounds of taxpayers' money, in order to do it. The government has also repeatedly delayed a preliminary vote on the bill to set up the NCS. It is now due after the summer recess, adding to the likelihood of higher costs. MSP said, "We are becoming increasingly concerned at the lack of information available on this financial implications of this bill," the MP said, asking Mrs Todd to give evidence on May the 23rd. However, in a reply today, the Social Care Minister rejected most of the committee's requests because she doesn't want to be questioned. She doesn't want to sit in front of a committee and have to answer questions that will embarrass her, embarrass the party, and show this thing up for what it is: inefficient, expensive, doomed to fail, doomed to actually cause more harm than good. But simply, it'll be shown for what it is: this centralising power grab by a totalitarian party that wants to basically control every aspect of your life at all stages, from birth to grave. All your needs, mental illness, nothing will get past them, and they want complete control of this. This is the problem with the SNP. Just look at they're like the Politburo, of the Soviet Union. They want nothing but total obedience from the people. They want no one to gainsay what they want, and this is why they keep doing it. And it isn't just this; it's every aspect of your lives are being controlled. Ms Todd said she expected more certainty around the NCS after talks with key partners and stakeholders over the summer, leading to more clarity on the costs. So they haven't got a clue how much this is going to cost. They've proposed it without any kind of costing. It's madness, isn't it? She says, "I therefore consider that it would be more helpful to wait until after those discussions have concluded to provide a single update to the financial memorandum," she said, promising to do so at least 4 weeks before the stage 1 debate and vote. I wouldn't trust her. She says she promises, but hey, in line with this position, I do not feel it would be helpful to give evidence to the committee at this stage, but I will be happy to do so once we have provided the Scottish Government's response and update to the financial memorandum. In other words, until we've worked out exactly how we can answer these questions that you're going to ask that don't make us look like incompetent, tossers, really, who don't know what we're talking about. Because this is what this whole thing is. It is nothing to do with social care. It is a way of just wasting away millions of pounds on their chums whilst doing a power grab. And it is just so typical. And when you can't get a place because some, a little official bureaucrat in an office 300 miles away from you has failed to do his job properly, and you can't even go to a local authority for help because that power has been removed from the local authority, then you're truly buggered. But that is the plan. That's the plan from the SNP. Make Scotland a third world country. I'm stopping and I'm coming up. We have to keep asking why they do these things. What is the motivation? Why do they want to centralise all power? Why don't they trust people? Why don't they trust experts? Why don't they trust local knowledge? It's because they're paranoid. They're absolutely scared people will find out things about them and realise how dangerous and damaging they are for the country, for the economy, for the health service, for everything. And so by controlling everything, they can control the narrative. They can choose what information gets out there and then hide all their failures. But they're going to need a bigger tarpaulin than they've got now if they want to hide all their failures. Because everything they do is a fail. And now there's another £2.2 million wanked away on people that have been paid out the public purse, but the public haven't seen the results of this thing. What on earth is going on? Who told the public? Who from the public gave permission for this money to be spent like this? It is ridiculous. If you wanted to have some good ideas on how social care should be, why not go to the people concerned at the pointy end, the staff, the patients' families, that kind of thing. Go to them. If you want to do consultation, consult the people that care. Not some men in suits who will sit there and quaff champagne and caviar at the public expense before telling you what you want to hear. It's bullshit and it's bollocks. And this is why the SNP is so bad for Scotland. They can't help themselves. They just can't help themselves. Anyway, I shall stop there. Thank you very much for watching. If you like what you're seeing here on the channel, please hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video. Definitely leave the like. That's the big one. And until next time, stay safe, stay well. Dear God, I hope you never need care in Scotland. And goodbye.